Einstein.
With 2 mutes and a house brawl in jail, this team would be in real trouble without our next guest. He significantly raises the mean IQ wherever he goes. He has no special talents, he's just passionately curious. E equals MC Shield Co. squared. Please welcome Luke Einstein.
President, fellow families, friends and guests, good morning. You may remember another famous idea, the Big Bang. Today we're going to bring to you another idea that's just as famous, called Brain Bonanza. The purpose of it is going to be to increase our overall brain health. In 2011, our club strategic plan addressed the age-before membership situation. Initiatives were begun to attract new younger members. After successfully bringing in new younger members, the 2015 strategic plan update turned its focus on the diversity of membership, increased volunteerism, communication within the club, and more club member involvement in club activities. Today we're presenting a new program which we believe will continue our progress. This is our project team. David, Jeff, Sean, and myself are all fellow Rotarians. Eric Soreski is our master teacher, and he'll be assisting us in the implementation of the Brain Bonanza program. Eric's purpose is to promote wellness and make you feel good. His approach is unique as it combines research in Western, Chinese, and Indian healing modalities. He will bring to us over 25 years of explorations in the healthcare field, which have led him to clinical work as an acupuncturist, teaching as a yoga instructor, and academic work in these fields. He has published or republished over 80 books and articles. Eric is particularly interested in the promotion of wellness in aging bodies and minds and provide us tools to stabilize and enhance our brain functions. So what is the Brain Bonanza program? It is a vehicle to present and share information regarding overall brain health for presentations and workshops and to increase the overall brain health of our club members. I'd now like to invite David to come up to tell you more.
Thank you, Dr. Einstein. He really is a genius, don't you think? Give him some love. Yeah. President Pete, fellow Rotarians, friends and guests, good morning. The Brain Bonanza program is designed to retain, to engage, and to retain, and also to extend their career. This is what we're hoping to do with the program. As Dr. Einstein said, the name of the program is Brain Bonanza. I got thrown off here, I'm sorry, I apologize. Before we begin the conversation, I'm going to start with this. We'd like to thank Allison Bamba for his recent quote from the classification talk. When we had our breakout sessions for this project, Andy Baum shared a story with us about a club that he visited in Baltimore, where this was actually what Allison described. And guess what? That club no longer exists. But they had seen the writing on the wall and as they continued to age and had extended their Rotarian careers long enough to integrate the younger generation, they might still be thriving today as they once did. So this quote reminds us of a very huge trend in motion. Baby boomers are no longer babies, and they are maturing rapidly. Allison's quote and Andy's story set the backdrop for our conversation this morning. So let's begin the conversation. As Dr. Einstein said, our program is called Brain Bonanza.
We tasted it until we finally struck Bonanza. So the gun on the rope and a handful. We planted our family tree. We got a hold of a handful of gold bonanza.
No, not that bonanza. Now I do know there's at least one member in our club who grew with a crush on little Joe Cartwright and even has an autographed picture of Michael Landon, but I won't name it. Okay, for many people, it is the current assumption that your cognitive ability decreases as you age and precipitously starts to decline at age 60. We believe that with an understanding of brain health and taking preventive measures against the decline, you can continue to grow and develop your brain. The Brain Bonanza program is designed to engage and retain our members and to extend their careers. Why would we care about that? Why would it be important to engage, retain Rotarians, and extend their careers? Let's take a look at this graph at the estimated ages of the members of our club. So if you would, imagine for a moment, what if the 50 and 60-year-old members continued to serve our club for another 10 or 15 years? And what if the 70-year young members were contributing to our club into their 80s? Can you imagine the contributions that we can make to our families, our companies, and our community? Now let's turn to how. How are we going to present and share information regarding increasing the overall brain health of the club members? We will be presenting our program in a classroom-style format, which we'll be talking about later. We will be learning about the tremendous amount of brain research that is now being done, essentially a brain bonanza, and there will be 3 units that we will explore: eating, breathing, and interacting. So what's first? First thing we're going to do is measure everyone's brain. Don't you just love when Marco like that? We recognize that there are nearly unlimited avenues on which we can travel to improve our brain health. As this program takes hold and expands, we hope to cover many of these issues. However, we have to choose what we're going to focus on in our pilot program. Our strategy is to start with the basics. The program we are presenting to you is very focused, very simple. The focus is to start on the individuals, on our members. A healthy brain needs 3 ingredients: a good diet, appropriate breathing, and interaction. With aging, these 3 aspects, food, air, and interaction, deteriorate and can negatively impact the brain and impact each other. Our internal systems become less efficient, our lungs start to collapse, and our sense of purpose vanishes. Our proposed solution is the Brain Bonanza program. These are 3 units: smart supplementing, smart breathing, and smart interacting. We will learn how to increase the quality of our diet, our breathing, and our interactions. The first unit in the program focuses on eating. This is our brain booster element. We will learn how to feed the brain more intelligently with supplementation, nootropics, and nutrients. For example, I think it is clear to everyone that our brain is powered by what we eat. We are what we eat. We will review some dietary ideas as well as the nutrients that our body needs. In Unit 2, we will explore how to bring air more intelligently to the brain by enhancing the lungs and optimizing the rib cage. This is called brain breathing. The left graph shows how most of us breathe. So-called normal breathing consists of shallow breathing amounting to about 12 breaths per minute. The right graph shows enhanced breathing, which consists of breathing slower with more capacity. This breathing is more efficient, we breathe less frequently, and we breathe fuller, which is with more intensity. Our unit on breathing will provide basic theoretical concepts and practical applications. The left rib cage is who we are now. The right one is who we want to become. We want to be able to breathe fuller. We want our rib cage to expand with more ease. The concept is to increase the range of motion of the ribs and soft tissues involved in breathing, thus facilitating respiration. Unit 2 will cover this. This is our third unit, which we are calling Brain Benevolence. We will see how interactions combat solitude and benefit brain health. We will learn how our interactions encourage transmitting knowledge and promote worthiness, and how interactions that are altruistic, such as good works that our club does, promotes brain health. Our strategy is to start with the basics. As we have mentioned before, we will focus on 3 units: food, air, interact. Food and air create the foundation for vibrant health and energy. Once that is established, we add the third ingredient, which is interacting. Interact is the apex of the triangle and rests on the foundation we have built. But wait, we have one more concept that we want to start today. It is going to fit into our Unit 3, Interact. And we hope the experiences that people have between now and October 2nd, when we have a breakfast meeting and we have our Unit 3, will help in the development of the program. The capacity to think logically and solve problems, called fluid intelligence, starts to decrease after age 60. Wisdom, or the compilation of one's lifetime experiences, continually increases. Thinking back to the Baltimore club Andy visited, if the more experienced members made more connections with the younger generation and vice versa, that club might still be thriving. So what is the concept? To encourage interaction among members, we'd like to introduce the Da Vinci option. Who would guess, right? This is a self-portrait Leonardo drew in his elder days. We call this Leo the Elder. The second picture is Leo the Younger, or I guess you could say Leo the Young Stud. But I digress. And this next picture is Leonardo as a teenager. That's why I took a picture the other day. Okay. Here we have a telephone. If you are under age 35, you may not know a lot about this cutting-edge technology. This is what we used to use to communicate. In this picture, we have 2 telephones. When you have 2 telephones, exactly 2 people can connect to each other. This is called Metcalfe's law, which is used to represent the value of a network. The more connections, the higher the value of the network or organization. And this, according to Metcalfe, increases exponentially with the more connections you add. So for network, think Rotary Club of Carroll Creek. So what does Metcalfe's law have to do with the Da Vinci option and the Brain Bonanza program? Metcalfe's law relates to our program Unit 3, Interact. How many connections, how many interactions can we generate? Increasing interactions between members helps our members develop deeper relationships and contribute to our club becoming stronger. It aids in the transference of institutional knowledge from elders to youngers. Connection with each other increases creativity and helps with the development of new ideas. So we have an ask. Our ask is for members, friends and guests also, to begin embracing the Da Vinci option now by reaching out to a fellow member and making a connection. So how are we going to do it? These are 2 boxes. One yellow and one green. For the yellow box, think ripe bananas. Maturity, experience, wisdom, think the yellow. For the green box, think green banana, unripe, still maturing, still exploring, think the younger. When you leave today, there will be 2 boxes in the back of the room, one green, one yellow. We want you to draw a name out of your box. If you are age 55 and higher, you are an elder. Choose from the yellow box. 65 you are a member, choose from the green box. You'll be spending time with an elderly. So here are the rules. We have to have rules. Pick a name from your box. Pick out your calendar, schedule a time to meet, and then repeat, meaning pick a new name. We would like to encourage you to schedule 2 to 4 dates with another Rotarian between now and October 2nd when we present Unit 3. Have a meet after work, meet on the weekend, whatever you can. Try to schedule 2 to 4 interactions. Sir.
We have a slow bus, but we're picking from the opposite ends.
If you're an elder, pick from the yellow box. So that's your box. In that box are the names of young people.
We're always standing up. We're not crossing over.
No, we're not crossing over. You can afford it. Yeah, good question. Okay, if I may bring you back. Hold back. As we mentioned, we will deliver this program in a classroom-style format. The first unit will focus on food. We will begin in 2 weeks on May 1st. There will be 3 sessions. Each session will be 30 minutes, and the sessions will be held in the community room outside this hall. Unit 2 will start on May 29th, plus the first 2 weeks in June. The final unit, Interact, will take place on October 2nd. So, you want to participate. How do you? You're going to receive an email from us today later with some instructions. You can also just show up at one of the dates. We're going to have a website that you can go to get information. And we're also going to be videotaping the presentation so you'll be able to see them if there's a class that you can't attend. The website address is bonanza.org, and that will be in the email that we send out to you. And now, Jason, question. Another question? Anybody else? Questions? Green box, yellow box.
You said after you draw the name.
Yes.
You go back and repeat step 1. I don't quite understand that.
Okay, so when you leave today, get a draw name, and then try to get together with the fellow Rotarians. We're going to leave I'm glad you asked that question because I missed something. We're going to leave those boxes in the back of the room for several weeks. So, next week or a week after, pick another name. Okay? The whole idea is to increase interactions together and to, build a bridge between the youngers and the elders. And then when we have Unit 3, October 2nd, we'll be talking about the experience.
Is that physical age or mental age?
The question is, physical age or mental age? You decide.
Maturity is forever.
That's right, maturity is forever and you decide. Yes, sir. The question is the line in the sand at age 55 based on approximation of numbers in the club? It's just a guess. It's our best guess. It's also the speed limit. If you don't know over 55, it's probably an hour. Any other questions? Dr. Einstein suggests that after you pick the name, if you're a younger, you memorize it. If you're an elder, write it down. And then give us the name. So we'll sort of keep a tab on it. No. Contact information, just go to the website, go to our website. There was another question over here. Any more questions?
Okay, there were these two people who went to their 60th high school class reunion. Okay, so it reflects what we're talking about. And when they were in high school, they had a crush on each other. But they, after that, they went their separate ways. They both got married. They both lost their spouses. So they go to their 60th class reunion, they're sitting 3 tables across. The woman looks at the guy and she winks at him. So he said, maybe there's a little fire there left there. So he goes over and he gets his courage up and he says, Mary, would you marry me? She says, of course. So he goes home that night, he's really excited, and he says, you know, I can't remember if she said yes or no. So he calls her up and he says, Mary, I know I proposed to you, but I can't remember if you said yes or no. She says, I'm so glad you called, because I can't remember who asked me.
So remember, break your names so that when you have your 60th reunion, you know what you're talking about. Okay, So again, after you get your name and after you memorize it or write it down, give it to one of the team members here so that we can know who's been wrong. Any additional questions, comments, jokes, stories? Absolutely. No, that's great. Anything that kind of gets us together. I love it. Nancy's a great entertainer, so make sure you get on her list. Anybody else? Going once, one more. We have a joke. Who would have guessed?
Is it on? Yeah. 2 guys were out to breakfast, and the one guy looks at the other, and he says, what's your favorite restaurant? He said, favorite restaurant? He said, what's the name of that flower that has thorns on it? He said, you mean Rose? He said, yeah. He yells at his wife who's on the other side of the room, hey Rose, what's our favorite restaurant?
Okay, so we start in 2 weeks. Okay, the interactions have begun, as you see, but before we get too carried away, remember we start in 2 weeks, May 1st, in the room outside here, 30 minutes, we'll start on time, end on time. Please consider joining us, and remember when you leave today, please pick a name. And with that, we'll turn it back to President Keith. Thank you very much.